So I did a thing. Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well today. This is going to be a super chill video where I kind of guide you through a little bit of the technique I used for this piece of art. I wasn't quite sure what to title this video because there's so many different things going on here, so if it changes in the next couple days, you know, it might. I'm also going to chat with you guys a little bit and tell you what I've been up to and a few things that are on my mind. If you want to see even more pretty artwork videos turn up on my channel in the near future, please give this one a thumbs up to let me know. Really quickly, if you're not caught up on my most recent videos, I have this DIY Gothic water candle one for you to check out. I'll link it below along with a few other reasons. But now without further ado, let's get into the pretty mountain sunset Mandala Doodles Zentangle. Yes! To create this lovely artwork, I'm just going to be using a regular No. 2 pencil, a click eraser, and a thick piece of Bristol paper that I have measured into a 5x7 rectangle. First, I'm going to lightly sketch the 2 mountain peaks that I want on my page. For this, I've challenged myself to not erase because mountains are not perfect. Therefore, I don't need to sit and nitpick that this angle doesn't look good here or that one doesn't look good there. So I made sure to let those pencil lines flow freely, but also a little bit jagged so they actually look like mountains. Next, I'm taking this set of watercolors, and it's a pretty affordable one. I don't have a lot of experience with watercolor painting, but I'm gonna do it. The only way to get better is to practice. I'm doing a technique that I learned back in school and also have seen a ton of artists here on YouTube do. It's where you wet the page first and then put the paint down. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm not painting a ghost. I'm just putting water around the outlines of the mountains so none of the color will go into those lines. The one tip that I do have for watercolor paint is that a little goes a long way. So you don't have to pick up much pigment on your brush for it to completely make the page bold and vivid and bright. And if you do happen to get too much paint on the page, it's okay. Watercolors are very forgiving, so you can just drag that up into the water and further along the page and it won't be a big blob of pooly color anymore. Another thing you could do is dab it with a tissue or paper towel. I don't show that in this video, but if you really go overboard, that's something that will help you fix it. After I've finished the yellow, I'm going into the light orange here, and I've already wetted the paper above the yellow, so it's going to flow nicely together. And after I do drag that orange all the way up and blend it out some more, I add the regular orange on top. That was yellow orange, so now I'm doing regular orange, and I'm just going to basically make a gradient all the way out to blue violet, I believe I get up to. So you're gonna do the same exact thing the entire time, just add more water and blend the two colors of paint together so they look almost seamless. Now, I did mention in the intro that along with the process and art tips that I have for you guys, I also want to talk. I want to let you guys know what I've been up to, what's been on my mind, and some things that you guys have asked me to touch on a little bit via Twitter. If you want to be in the social media loop, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. There's a lot of times where I'll post a picture during the week and ask a question, something that maybe I'll put in a future video, or a poll asking which video I should post next. I do those things a lot, so if you want to be involved, go ahead and follow me there. The thing that I really want to get off my chest and just kind of vent about a little bit, and it's really not going to be that deep, guys, I promise. So if you guys are here for the art and don't necessarily like to hear me chatter this much, we're going to get back into a little bit about the process later on every time I change what I'm doing. But I figured I'd talk about being overwhelmed, feeling overwhelmed, how not to feel as overwhelmed, because I am at a point this week where I have a lot of deadlines. I've been working with a couple brands this month, and I'm trying to keep up with my videos as well. Basically, Thanksgiving is next week. I live in the USA, by the way, and I have to complete 4 videos in the next few days. So over this weekend, I have to film all those, edit them, and do intros and voiceovers and everything like that. And yeah, if my voice sounds like it's going away, I really don't know what's going on. Someone asked me if I was okay in the last video, and I really appreciate it. Yes, I am okay. But I'm so congested. This week I've been extremely fatigued, tired. The weather is changing to be really, really cold here where I live near Cleveland, and I'm just always feeling very cloudy, and I'm always congested. I don't know. A lot of people also will point out in videos that I sound like I'm not enjoying what I'm doing. I think I just don't have those high pitches in my voice to make me sound happier, even though I am. I've gotten way off topic here, I'm sorry. After the watercolor paints are completely dry, I'm going in with a black fine liner, and you may recognize these pens from my most recent haul video. I'm trying to test out some products in this video that I purchased. Actually, I'm only testing a couple in this video, but in the Wreck This Journal on Sunday, there will be quite a few more. So if you're interested, stay tuned for that, and if you haven't seen the haul, by the way, it'll be linked below in the description. 2 key points of advice that I have for not feeling stressed out, overly worried, and just overall how not to panic. 1, breathe. 2, think of all your tasks and life in general, one step at a time and one day at a time. Now, I'm not saying be ignorant to the things that you have coming up, your deadlines, your due dates. Always keep those in the back of your mind, in your phone calendar, in your bullet journal, any way that will help you remember. But what I'm saying is don't sit there and look at a list of things and freak yourself out and stop breathing and just kind of stare at that list for like a half hour not doing anything because you are worried that you're not going to get anything done, because then you won't get anything done. So I just outlined the mountains as you can see, and I'm also going to draw kind of like an ice cap on it. It's very abstract, so whatever you want to call it. And for the one on the right, I am doing these lines that just keep going and going and going. And after I have all those drawn on, I'm coloring in every other one black. So it's going to go white, black, white, black, white, black, black, white, black, white. Well, actually no, then 2 of the same would be next to each other, but you get what I'm saying, alternate. By the way, if you enjoy this video and you never want to miss a new one from me, please click the bell icon. It'll notify you when I upload. Hopefully, YouTube has been a little glitchy, and also you can subscribe. And if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up so I know to make more art videos. On the other mountaintop, I put polka dots and just colored in the background black. And don't underestimate this. This is a labor of love. It took like a half hour to color in the background of all this. It's intense. But when I was doing it, at first, I'm like, wow, this is taking forever. How am I ever going to get done with this? Like, I actually kind of want to get up and go do something else because I'm getting bored. And that was like 5 minutes into it. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Why don't I just change my mindset and imagine that I'm coloring in a coloring book or something? And that this time I have right now, coloring in this dot background is a time I get to sit and listen to music and not worry about anything. Somehow I'm sitting here on a Thursday night and all my stuff is due next Tuesday, and I'm not stressing out right now. I actually feel pretty calm, and I think I attribute a lot of that to getting back into doing more artwork on my channel. Drawing, painting, even DIYs sometimes, but more so drawing and painting really relax me and make me feel better. And when I'm in a dark place, they help me get out of that slowly, gradually, but surely. So when there are weeks or months at a time when I know that things may be extra stressful, I look ahead and I think, what's going to make me the most happy, the least stressed, and just the most sane during that time. Now you want to let the fine liner dry an extra long time before going in with any sort of light colored marker, because it is possible that there could be one little tiny wet spot on the pen and then you'll drag it with the marker on accident. I've done it before. It happened with my microns in my bullet journal. I was erasing though. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. I think out of all the markers that I got in the haul, this is at the top of the ones that I'm most excited about, because I used Crayola Super Tips a lot in the past and I'm still going to be using them. But what I'm trying to say is the Crayola markers do not have a gray this light, and I would always want a gray this light. So anytime I wanted to color in something light gray, I'd have to get a colored pencil out instead of a marker. So I'm just very excited for this light gray. And with these brush tip markers, when you do color over it, it builds up the color. So for the mountain on the right, I made it a little bit darker with 2 to 3 layers, and on the left I just did 1 layer with these little brush strokes here, and I tried to get it as light as I possibly could. Now we're moving on to the Mandala Doodle in the sky. I'm using a white Jelly Roll for this. Just kidding, it's not Jelly Roll brand, it is Uniball, but everything that's a gel pen I just call Jelly Roll because 90s. So there's not too much to explain about this process. You basically just start at a central point, or in my case, where the 2 mountain peaks join, and you just make a circle and radiate shapes out from it. For this, I use a lot of arches, circles, dots, lines, and petally shapes. So while you're watching me doodle, I want to briefly touch upon a subject that 2 of my Twitter followers brought up, very similar things. How do you find strength when you feel tired? How do you find energy when you feel like you don't have any? This entire week I've felt very drained, fatigued. I think it has a lot to do with the weather being really gloomy here, maybe a little bit to do with the female time of the month type thing, and quite a bit to do with staying inside most of the week and just working. Some things I do to make sure that I have enough energy to get through my day when I can't take a nap or maybe I can't get more sleep that night. I look for some new music. I just got a few new songs today, and I think I got some last week as well. I like to listen to music while I'm doing art, so I don't do my voiceover as I'm drawing. I like to go sit in the closet later on and do it separately. Yes, the closet. The best acoustics are in here. Another thing is I try to reward myself for getting work done. Now, sometimes you might not have any extra time to spare for a little treat, but for instance, when I eat lunch, I give myself maybe a half hour to play Super Mario Odyssey on Nintendo Switch, or I look forward all day to allowing myself maybe an hour before bed to watch American Horror Story. I'm on the first episode of Hotel, by the way, and it's kind of really weird, but I think I'll like it. Also, I really liked Freak Show a lot, and there's so many mixed opinions. Some people think that's the worst season ever, and I'm like, whoa, I loved it. So giving yourself those things to look forward to, maybe thinking ahead to the weekend, even though I said to live in the moment, you have to have a balance of each. Sometimes finding energy is totally a mind game, and if you psych yourself out and think about how happy you're gonna be after you finish this thing, how happy maybe other people are gonna be, especially if you're a YouTuber and you have a video to get out, or maybe you're depriving yourselves of necessities such as not drinking enough water, not eating enough food or the right types of food. So definitely reevaluate your habits and see what you're doing, what you could do differently. Maybe put in a little bit of exercising throughout the day. Just even 5-10 minutes will get your adrenaline rushing a little bit more than, just sitting there. When I look back at the really random and drastic view drop on my channel a couple months ago, I don't get upset about it anymore because I'm at a place where I'm able to rebuild myself and work my way back up and then get even better. And this is a time where I don't have to really worry about what I'm doing as much. I used to worry so much more about numbers just a couple months ago, and I would check my phone every single hour sometimes when I posted to see that if my views were going up and how much, and it was just all I thought about. So I feel like this is trying to teach me something and trying to get me to step back and look at the big picture a little bit better and make me just kind of rewire myself again to get back to how I used to be at the beginning of my channel when I did more things that made me really happy and not just the trends. Now, I'm not saying that I don't like trends, because to be completely honest, I like making slime. I know so many of you are sick of it, but there's gonna be, a little handful of slime videos on my channel this year still. So guys, bear with me. I'm still gonna be doing a mix of a ton of different things. I'm striving to try and keep a multitude of people happy. I know I can't make everyone happy all the time. So we're gonna end this here. If you have any topics that you want me to talk about in an upcoming drawing video or bullet journal video or anything else, leave your suggestions below. And if you have ideas for what I should draw and or paint next, also leave those suggestions. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you're looking forward to the next one, which will be Wreck This Journal number 17. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's hopefully going to be up Sunday, fingers crossed, but if I can't, then probably Tuesday, Wednesday. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you very soon. Bye! Oh my, was that hair there the whole time? And I'm looking outside because there's a really bright car. I like bright cars. Why are we so obsessed with like white, gray, even though my car is white, black, blue? Petition for more turquoise, lime green, and pink cars. Yeah.